I don't like timings in card games. I think it's annoying. I think like the wordplay in card games is fun, but I think like, oh, well, you activated this too late, so technically it has no effect now. You know, kind of like how Yu-Gi-Oh has like, you know, destroy this card or negate this effect or, you know, stuff like that. Where it's like, oh, I activate this and it destroys that card. It's like, okay. The effect already goes off. It's like, well, what the heck? So I get it. Obviously, you know, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! So I obviously understand. But I think, like, at some point that just becomes annoying. And I think for new players and even returning players, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Didn't used to be like this. It did a little bit. But it wasn't very common. Legends of Runeterra. But nobody talks about it. I don't even talk about it. I've talked about it maybe a couple times. But it was actually good. And like, I think having like a digital card game that kind of does the logic the way the game wants it to have happen, I think that's better. What the heck? That was weird. You know, it does a better job at it than like in real life. Because if you watch like real, like, I'm saying real Yu-Gi-Oh, but like it's just Yu-Gi-Oh. But like in real life, you have to be like, okay, draw phase, main phase. You have to like call out like what phase you're on of your turn, so that the person can react at the right time. Or even like you might not even be calling it out, you know, as a part of your strategy so that they miss their timing. But they might call it, okay, on draw phase, on main phase 1, end of battle. And, you know, obviously it's fair. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, well, you're wrong for doing that. I think that's just like, it's not really fun to just like have to constantly like interject. And Master Duel's kind of like this too. But in Master Duel, it's weird. Because obviously you have to, you know, time your cards. Why another one of these? Why? But like in Master Duel, like when you're keeping track of like the phases and like the game is like giving you the chance to retaliate, it kind of just tells the like opponent what you have, or like you do have a response, but maybe you're waiting for a specific card. So, you know, they might know that they have to play around it, or, you know, they'll play into it, knowing that you'll spend it. And I think that could easily be fixed by like always having a problem. Like no matter what, even if you don't have a response, the game should say like, hey, you don't have a response. Please press OK. Or like give you like 5 seconds or it'll just disappear if you don't press OK. Like in case you forget. I think that would help. And I'm admitting that I haven't played Master Duel in quite a while. But Legends of Runeterra was actually so fun. And it did kind of play like Yu-Gi-Oh! But you like Hearthstone has, I forget what they're called. They're called like secrets. It's like their trap cards. Like you play it and it puts like a little question mark on your icon. So like they know it's in play. But Runeterra basically played closer to if like everything was a hand trap. Like they could play something and then like you could chain, you know, a reaction. Like, hey, they're playing this. What is your response? Like, let's say they use an ability to I destroy one of your creatures or monster or whatever, you could play something where it's like, okay, well, I actually activate, you know, invincibility. So now, like, my guy's invincible. Your spell will go off, and it'll do nothing. And then I think they could play something in response to that. Like, hey, I'm playing, you know, negate spell. So now it just, now your move just does nothing. Which is very much like Yu-Gi-Oh! But it was just all done through the hand. Nice. Nice. No, I didn't want to go there. No, I just wanted to fall between the cracks.